Hi everyone, welcome here or welcome back. Today I want to talk about failure. I failed at minimalism. Not completely, I still feel like I have the value system of a minimalist and that I make decisions in my life based on minimalism. I would still call myself a minimalist, but I just haven't been very good at it. So a little while back, I was feeling like, oh, my house is feeling really cluttered. It's time for like an entire house declutter. And when I went into that process, I was like, why do I always have to do this? Why do I go like a few months and then feel like I have to declutter everything? Like something might not be working in that system. So I decided that I was going to play the minimalist game. So this is a game where on the first day of the month, you declutter one thing. On the second day, you declutter two things. And then by the time you get to the end of the month, you're decluttering 29 things on the 29th day and 30 things on the 30th day. So I think you declutter like close to 500 things within a month. And so I was like, I've never done this before. This seems like a great, fresh, exciting way for me to declutter. And it was to start. I had a lot of momentum and excitement going into maybe like the first 9 or 10 days of it. It was really fun for the beginning of it, but as I got further into it, I realized that it really wasn't for me. I started to declutter things just to get to the right number of things for a day. And I started to like hold on to things so that I could declutter it on a certain day. For instance, I was decluttering my desk and there was an empty envelope from a piece of mail that I had gotten. And normally I would have just like walked over to the recycling bin and put it in the recycling. But I was like, oh no, I'll put it in my pile of things I'm going to declutter for the day. And so it became this really like artificial process, which probably wouldn't have been a big deal, but I also realized that this is not the way that I like to declutter anything. For one, I have this big pile of things in our guest room that have just been sitting there for every day that I was decluttering. And creating more mess while I'm decluttering is something that always happens, but I typically do it so quickly, like within a day or two, that the mess goes away. But that mess sitting in that room for days and weeks was really demotivating for me. It's almost like mess begets mess, you know? And so that mess sitting in there, I just was like, I can let other things get messy. Might as well just let the whole house get messy. It was really demotivating for me. And the other piece of it was I realized that if you've ever watched any of my previous decluttering videos, I always do it as like an event. It's because like that's my personality. I'm either doing everything or I'm doing nothing. Like I don't have a good in between. And so I'll do things like, declutter my whole closet, and I'll do that in, a couple hours or a day. For things to drag on for a month, just like really is not my personality. I need to like get it done. And so my excitement for this process went like from 100 to 0 within a couple days. And so I let that declutter pile sit there for like 2 weeks. I stopped doing it, I stopped filming it, and I felt kind of defeated. All the YouTubers that I watch, all the podcasts that I listen to, they all play this game. And I'm like, maybe I'm not a real minimalist. Like, I can't do this. This is not working for me. I'm making more of a mess and just letting the mess sit there. And so I just sat there in my imposter syndrome and it's like, I'm a fraud. I can't do this. And then finally this morning I woke up and was like, F that. This is just not the way I work. I still have a desire to like push my minimalism forward. This game just isn't for me. And that's fine. It's okay to quit, and it's okay to realize that not everybody functions in the same way and not everybody's brain works in the same way. And the way in which you approach these things doesn't have to be the same for everybody. Yes, the minimalist game works for everybody else that I've ever seen on the internet, but it doesn't work for me. And so did I fail at the minimalist game? Yes. But I'm gonna get back on the horse. Not with the minimalist game, but with minimalism in general. So today, I wanted to just show you at least what I've decluttered so far. I'll show you the mess that's been existing in our guest room for weeks. And I already know, I don't think I need to like pull everything out of my closet and do sort of like the Marie Kondo style, but I wanna finish the clothing piece of it, pull a few pieces out of my closet, out of my dresser, and then get everything ready to either throw away, give away. I think I'm gonna have a clothing swap with some of my friends, so getting sort of some clothing ready for that clothing swap. Just finish it off in the way that I wanna finish it off, in the way that works for me, and not play the game because I feel like I have to play the game. All right, Let's do it. All right, to start, I want to show you what has existed in our guest room for weeks. Oh, I don't have enough hands. Hold on, let me put this down. So this is our guest room. And this has just been sitting here on the bed like this. So, I've done like some of my clothes, but I would stop because I got to like the point of where I reached the number of things I needed for that day. Let's finish this off. I actually feel like I've accumulated more clothes probably since the last time you've seen my closet, but I've also been wearing a lot more clothes. Oh, this is falling down. I've been having to put on outfits for work a lot more often, and I've just been sort of like going out and being social a lot more, so I've been wearing a lot of these clothes, but I think there's still room to get rid of some stuff. And then I'll also go through my drawers here. There's a couple things I see, and my drawer here. This space is just, my yoga leggings are usually here, but they're outside on the drying rack. But I'm going to be keeping all of those. All right, let's do this. All right, so I'm not going to pull everything out of the closet, but I am going to go through sort of one by one, touch everything. Oh, this. I don't know about this. I bought this secondhand, and I was obsessed with it when I bought it. And then I saw a picture of myself in it, and I was like, wow, that's actually not that flattering. I can't see myself reaching for it, but also we're about to get into like super hot season in the desert, and I feel like maybe I would wear this like around the house. All right, we're gonna put that in the maybe pile. The shirt keeps falling off. This shirt is actually a hand-me-down from my mom, and I'm nervous to wear it because it's never gonna be this white again. I'm not good at white clothes. All right, yes. All right, this I wear all the time, but never with this belt. I don't really wear it as a dress. I wear it like over other things, so I'm just gonna get rid of the belt and keep the top. This, I think I have to get rid of. I actually think this would be great for our clothing swap, but funny story about this, I like this jacket. I think it's kind of nice. You can like button it up so it has a nice high collar. Love a high neck. But I wore it on a day where I had one of the worst days of my professional career. And I can't get over it. It has bad energy to it. I think this lighting is too much. Hold on a second. Okay, that's better. So every time I reach for it, I have bad memories of that day. It's also very dirty. So I think it just might be time to gift it to somebody else. It's still in like really good shape. I just don't know if I can do it. Oh, the emotions we have in our clothes. Oh, this is another question. This is sort of like a jacket that I wear to work, but I never reach for it when I have to like actually dress for work. I think it's the shoulders. They're like a little too formal for me. I don't know, it's kind of cute though. Like that sleeve is cute, right? I don't think you can see the bottom of it. Hold on, let me pan down. Like the bottom's pretty cute. Yeah, we like this. This is another one that, even with all of the formal work things that I've had to do, I haven't really reached for it, but it's kind of classic. I feel like were I to have to be in like a very formal situation, yeah, I gotta keep this. All right, everything else in this closet, besides those things that I just picked out, I feel like I've worn like in the past month. So that's a good sign. Oh, I'm gonna put this also in purgatory. I bought this in a panic for an event. I needed something to wear. It's just like a long black dress. It's pretty form-fitting. And the material of it, I bought it online. The material of it is awful and it's so uncomfortable. And so I'm gonna put this in purgatory. So if you haven't watched my declutter videos before, purgatory is a place where I put clothes, usually for like a few weeks or maybe a month or two, to see if I miss it before I actually declutter it. So that's what I think I'm gonna do with this dress, to see if I end up needing it again or wanting it or thinking of it. It's really uncomfortable to wear. All right, let's move to the dresser. All right, this is gonna take me a minute. Let's time lapse this. All right, there's the declutter pile. There's my purgatory pile. So I think what I want to do is now marry that with everything that I got going on in here. So let's bring this all in and get it organized. All right, here are my full results from my failed minimalism game. That's my purgatory right now. Just 2 things in there that I'm going to keep around for a little while. All of this is stuff that I'm going to put in our clothing swap with my friends. These are things that I did declutter on the first days of the minimalist game that weren't just like straight up trash. So those things are all in the declutter pile. Those shoes as well. And then this down here is the donate pile. So the rest of the clothes. Is this 500 items? Absolutely not. Do I feel good about how much I decluttered? 100%. Here's one more reason you shouldn't wait an entire month to declutter. I pulled stuff out of the declutter pile that I had previously decluttered. Oops. And perhaps the best part of all, the mess is gone and I can reclaim the guest room. So anyways, thanks for coming along this journey with me and letting me share my failures with you. If nothing else from this video, I hope you just take away that there is no one recipe to do it right. There is no wrong way to do minimalism, and we're all just out here doing our best. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone. I failed. All right, there's the last of the deco. All right, I'm gonna start with the closet. Oh, is this lighting weird? Is this better or worse? Is that better? No, that's worse. I'm a terrible YouTuber.